Hello, good morning, big dreamers. Katie Rhines, your plant-based registered dietitian, is here. Today I'm going over the secret behind weight loss and disease reversal that all the professionals are talking about. So right now I'm listening to the Mastering Diabetes Summit. So many health professionals, dietitians, doctors, researchers are going over how people are reversing and keeping away type 2 diabetes, really well-maintained type 1 diabetes, and general disease reversal and weight loss. So a little backing up for 1 second, disease reversal, this is as far as the majority of Americans today, who are 3/4 of Americans are overweight. More than half of kids right now are supposed to be obese by the time they're 30 years old. Hi! And I just want to tell you a secret to like all of the professionals, what they're saying is working for their patients. So they go over a concept called like caloric density versus nutrient density, and this is something that I taught at Dr. Furman's Health Oasis. And basically it's really simple, and this is like 98% of dieters, people who try to reverse their diseases by just restricting and weight loss and maybe a ketogenic diet. This does not work long term. 98% of dieters gain the weight back within 5 years. So adapting this understanding, that's actually pretty simple, of nutrient density versus caloric density and incorporating it every single day is going to help you to maintain weight loss. These people, like, this is what they teach at the True North Health Center, where they're literally reversing autoimmune diseases. So bottom line, something like oil, that a teaspoon of oil is 120 calories versus, like, say this apple. This apple has a lot of fiber, a lot of water, a lot of substance to it. It'll take up space in your stomach. This is going to help you feel full and help to reverse your disease, versus something that is like barely going to fill up your stomach at all, that doesn't have very much nutrients, doesn't have very much substance to it, is actually going to cause you to eat more food and just add little nutritional value. So things like rice, beans, sweet potatoes, vegetables, even nuts and seeds that in their whole food form are going to take up more space. They're going to trigger your hormones in your stomach to, it's going to trigger your hormones in your stomach to recognize that there's food there and that you can start feeling full. So taking away things that are also stimulating. So not only is it just like calorie density versus nutrient density, also thinking about things like salt and white sugar and flour versus like the whole grain, and of course oil. If you salt your brown rice, you're probably going to eat a lot more than if you just ate the brown rice plain. And salt, of course, is going to increase your blood volume because it's going to cause you to retain water, which is going to increase your blood pressure, causing heart disease, causing strokes. So I recommend try to nix the salt. Try to nix white sugar, yeah, and it's gonna cause your palate to be less like, things like an apple are gonna taste a lot less sweet if you're used to these hyper refined sources of flavor, and that's gonna cause you to eat more. So yeah, even now that I'm holding an apple, think of like an apple versus apple juice. This apple has fiber to it, which fiber is so good for us. Fiber, it's going to help remove excess cholesterol, it's going to help us feel full, it's going to help our gut, help to reverse any kind of, heart disease, and helps to stabilize our blood sugar. It helps to, take away toxins and bad things that we don't want in our bodies, and especially in our digestive tract, really reduce the risk of colon cancers. So fiber is essential, and that's like the difference between flour, like even whole wheat pastry flour versus like a whole grain. Some Lucky Charms can be labeled whole grain like flour used, but it's still super refined. It's still going to have less bulk in our stomach. It's not going to release the same fullness hormones as eating like the whole grain of brown rice, the whole grain of quinoa, like steel cut oats versus the quick cut microwavable kind. The steel cut oats are gonna have a lot more protein, a lot more iron, a lot more vitamin E. The bran is there. So like thinking about this concept of the nutrient density, getting in your raw vegetables that have all of the bulk to them, have all of that intact like fiber, and like versus something that's like the vegetable juice, which is still great, but as you can see, like, yeah, I guess that's a little nuancy there, but something like dates or dried fruit, it's going to have less bulk to it. There's less water there. So if I had like dried this apple, it's going to be a lot smaller. You're probably going to be able to eat a lot more of it. I hope that made sense. Let's transition to a diet that has a lot of beans, a lot of rice, a lot of vegetables, cooked vegetables, fruits. These foods you can eat a lot of, and it's very low calorie, and you'll notice yourself eating a lot more and losing weight and reversing disease. And that's what all of the professionals are doing. That's what all of the pioneers in this movement are doing to help their patients. And I do want to say also that, yeah, like I said at the beginning of this video, this is for the majority of America. I'm not talking to you who are anorexic, who are young men who are trying to transition to a plant-based diet and run a marathon and are dropping weight like crazy. I'm not talking to older people who are frail, who need stimulants in their food to help them eat. I'm talking about the majority of people who are overeating, trying to lose weight, and trying to get healthy and reverse their heart disease, reverse their type 2 diabetes, even maybe an autoimmune disease and cancer here and there. So if you are underweight and you start eating plants like this in abundance, maybe you're gonna gain some weight. Maybe your body is gonna try to recalibrate, okay? But if you're overweight and transition to a plant-based diet without even calorie counting, without even thinking about it, just eating these foods that have some bulk to them, have some more fiber to them, it's amazing that studies show that without even counting calories, you will come to your natural weight. And backing up for 1 second too, what emotional distress are you going through? What trauma do you have behind you? Like, food is more than just like nutrients, okay? So if you're using food as a source of comfort, as a source of, yeah, a coping mechanism, that's also going to alter your ability to reverse your dis-ease and reverse your disease. If you'd like to ask me some questions, learn more about this, you can hit me up on Instagram at vitamin.katie. I really hope this video helped you. I hope that you notice that just going vegan doesn't help to reverse disease. I know there's a lot of vegan donuts, a lot of vegan ice creams out there, which, yes, they're great once in a while, but it's really important to get back to the whole grains, get back to the whole foods is what I'm saying. Your veggies, no oil, no salt, no sugar, really just like wholesome, delicious, satisfying, calm mind, energized body, feed ourselves for the future of our health and the planet and everything else. So much love. Have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.